So I just moved into an apartment and had to rebuild my entire smart home from scratch after living fully automated for the last 5 years. It was not easy. I had to downsize drastically in space, which meant focusing only on the essentials and rethinking my entire setup. There were plenty of challenges, and some of the fixes might surprise you. I'll show you the 4 areas that I upgraded with smart home tech, along with my mini office, plus the automations I use every day to make everything work seamlessly for my wife and daughter. In my previous home, smart lighting made life easier. I could control everything from my phone and run automations without getting up. I wanted the same experience here, but ran into a few challenges. Normally, I would just replace a switch like this one right here with a Lutron smart switch. But since I cannot replace switches in this apartment, my only option was to replace the bulbs. I planned to use some Philips Hue bulbs I had at my previous house, but most fixtures required candle-style bulbs, and my standard ones did not fit. I like Hue for its reliability and found they make candle-style bulbs, so I replaced most fixtures with whites and one with colors, while a few let me reuse my old bulbs. Then I added a Lutron Aurora dimmer switch on top of the existing toggle switch, since they don't require rewiring, to keep the lights in a powered on state so nobody accidentally flips the switch, causing the bulbs to go offline. These also let anyone adjust the brightness right from the switch. I installed these on every switch and even set some to control multiple light fixtures at once, like the couch and pool table lights, without having to rewire anything. Now my wife and I can control the lights from our phones, use Siri, or use the physical switch. Once I had the lights under control, the next area was making the apartment feel truly comfortable. Smart tech isn't just about lighting, it's about creating the right environment, especially in the bedroom. I have a toddler and getting her to nap is crucial, otherwise nobody's happy. Creating a calm, cool, and quiet environment without constantly adjusting things is key. And that's why I use an Aqara wireless mini switch to quickly control everything in the bedroom. A double press runs the nap time scene, which dims the lights, turns on a fan via an Aqara smart plug, and plays white noise on a nearby HomePod. Honestly, this calming environment is so relaxing that I sometimes nod off myself. A single press triggers the I'm awake scene to reset everything when she wakes up. The real power of my smart home and this tiny little switch comes at bedtime, creating the right environment to help my daughter Mary Jane fall asleep. A press and hold runs the bedtime scene, controlling the fan and HomePod along with turning the lights red, and a shortcut that slowly dims the lights over time to eventually turning off, signaling to her that it's time to sleep. Now the reason that I love this mini switch is simple. It's tiny, tactile, and distraction-free. I can control everything in this bedroom without having to have my phone or iPad here with me, keeping screens out of the bedroom and helping her fall asleep easier. With the bedroom fully automated for nap time and bedtime, the apartment was really starting to feel like a smart home that works for everyone. Next, I had to tackle my office, which is just a small corner in the living room. I had to figure out how to set up good lighting for making these videos while keeping my desk clean and distraction-free for editing. For general lighting, I use the Govee floor lamp too. It's bright, can change colors, and works over Matter to integrate seamlessly with my Apple Home setup. For filming or flat lay shots, I rely on a box light with a swivel head for precise, adjustable lighting exactly where I need it. And I keep a fan nearby to stay comfortable while working. I put the box light and fan on Aqara smart plugs for easy control, and I use another Aqara mini switch to run my deep work scene, controlling the lights and fan. I like using a screen-free device like this mini switch instead of an iPad to control my desk. This setup keeps my workspace bright, efficient, and distraction-free, allowing me to focus on making videos without constantly adjusting anything. Another problem that I needed to solve was how to see the most important information at a quick glance without distractions. And that's where the Terminal comes in, an e-ink companion that helps you stay focused. They're also sponsoring this video. It displays everything I need on a clean, minimalist screen without being distracting. You can customize it with Terminal's growing library of pre-made plugins like the weather, Apple Calendar, and more from many different categories, or if you're into programming, you can create your own plugin. I stick to the pre-made ones because I don't know how to program and they're very easy to set up. You can also choose how the info is shown. It can cycle through the plugins, display just one, or show several at once using different layouts. I use mine for the calendar, toggling between the month view and events. I tried using an iPad for the same thing, but I found it to be too distracting. Because Terminal is distraction-free, I get all the info I need without notifications pulling me away. And because it uses an e-ink display, it can last months on battery life. If you want a simpler, smarter way to stay on top of your day without getting pulled into your phone, check out Terminal using the link in the video description along with a discount code for you guys. And a huge thank you to Terminal for sponsoring today's video. I have a lot of smart home devices, and while there's more to show you, one challenge that I quickly ran into was how am I going to organize all my hubs and networking gear. The main router is in another room separate from my apartment, but I wanted everything to be at my desk for easy access, somewhat organized, and a hardwired connection for my laptop. To solve this, I set up a small table near my desk just for networking gear. The apartment already had a Google Wi-Fi router powering another floor with a spare Ethernet port I could use. That let me hardwire a switch, connect my hubs, my laptop, and even my NAS for local file storage. The NAS actually lets me watch my DVDs on my Apple TV. Now everything is in one place. Mostly neat and organized, but it's simple to manage with room to grow as I add more devices in the future. The next area that I wanted to upgrade was the living room, a space for music and family movie nights. Let's start with music. This is where things take an unexpected turn. You might think that I would use a HomePod in an Apple smart home, but I kept getting distracted by other apps and AirPlay is not always reliable. I wanted a device that's simple, reliable, and distraction-free. So I went a little unconventional and went to a local thrift store and picked up something that you probably haven't seen in a while, a record player. Along with some old Disney records, since my daughter is into all things Disney right now. Or for modern music, she can choose a CD of her favorite movies, since the record player also supports CDs, or even use a phone via aux or Bluetooth if we want to listen to something new, though I don't use this often. We'll pick out something to listen to together and dance and laugh, or just let it play in the background while we play. It's more than just listening to music. It's our time together, where we slow down, share laughs, and create moments that matter. For watching movies as a family, the goal was the same. Keep it simple and distraction-free. We used an Apple TV on an existing smart TV to watch new movies, but too many apps and choices made it difficult to decide what to watch. I even tried streaming our existing DVD collection through the Apple TV to create a distraction-free environment. And I made a video on how to do that, which I will leave linked below. But I still found myself bouncing between apps and never finishing a movie. So we went old school and used a DVD player. And honestly, it's one of my favorite parts of this setup. No ads, no endless scrolling, no distractions, just pop in a disc and watch. We'll use it to rewatch favorites or new DVDs that we've picked up recently from a thrift store. DVDs are affordable, reliable, and my daughter likes picking out a movie from the movie box and watches it all the way through, making family night feel very special. Once our evening winds down with her and she's in bed, my wife and I can enjoy our own quiet movie night. We use a movie time scene that dims the lights and creates a warm, relaxing ambience. As someone with a wife and daughter, I focus on smart tech that works for everybody, and most importantly, it has to be Wifey approved, because happy wife equals happy life. For example, my wife wanted an easy way to keep an eye on Mary Jane while she naps, and she finds the Wifey camera the easiest to use. The pan and tilt feature even lets her check on our dogs while we're away, and she controls devices remotely using the Apple TV as our home hub. The home hub also lets us run automations, like a location-based one that turns off everything in the house whenever the last person leaves and turns them back on when somebody gets home. I've also set up time-based automations that turn on lights depending on the time of day and which room that we're usually in. Smart tech isn't just about gadgets. It's about making life easier and more enjoyable. From helping my daughter check on the dogs while we're away to creating special moments with my daughter, a few devices have quickly become my go-to favorites. The record player turns music into a fully immersive experience. The DVD player might be old school, but it's perfect for a distraction-free family movie night. Then there are devices that are smart for a good reason. The Aqara mini switch makes controlling nearby devices effortless, and the Lutron dimmer switch lets anyone easily adjust the lighting to their preference. Even though we can't make everything smart, like the door lock, thermostat, or outdoor cameras, the setup that we have makes life seamless and simple. The key was figuring out what problems that needed to be solved and finding the best devices that work for us to solve those problems. As somebody who loves tech, I'm realizing that not everything needs to be smart. In a world where everything is smart, sometimes it's best just to disconnect from the world and enjoy the simple things. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.